If I had to pick one thing, if you did not want to strength train, you did not want to go to a gym, you didn't want to hire a coach, I would say buy a hand gripper. All right, so I'm a huge fan of very lo-fi, low-cost ways to exercise, right? Like when it comes to my recommendations to people, I always like to think of the lowest cost to consumer, right? And the biggest bang for our buck. Like everybody can grab a kettlebell and learn how to kettlebell. The issue with that is it is a very, very steep learning curve, and you do have to typically I would advise you to get a coach if you're going to do any form of lifting. These, however, are tools that you can utilize with absolutely no coach. You can watch one YouTube video and start, and you will get stronger, right? So we know as we age, one determining factor in your longevity is grip strength. So two things that I'll advise people to get is a hand gripper. So this is a Captain of Crush Iron Mind gripper. You can get this on Iron Mind or you can get it on Amazon. Both of these were like $25 each. And then I got these extensor bands. They're also Iron Mind extensor bands, and they come in a pack of like 10 in varying sizes. If you were to just utilize these things and then the power breathing and abdominal exercises I show on here, I really think that you could spend less than $100 and train and extend your lifetime with just those two simple things. I have a trainer or a guide hand gripper. This is for my wife, and it's also for me to warm up with. And then I have a Captain of Crush #1. I believe this is 140 pounds of resistance. So for me to do this, I have to utilize tension techniques. I have to utilize power breathing. So for me, this is a training gripper, right? So I would always advise warming up with some hand extensions. So the hand extensors train the opposing muscles, right? So if I'm ever having any type of elbow thing going on, sometimes my brachioradialis, if I do any type of rope climbing or anything like that, it will get irritated. I just throw these in between my kettlebell sets or hand gripper sets, and then it makes my elbows and wrist feel a lot healthier, right? So this is definitely a part of the training I'd recommend. And honestly, if you wanted to not go the hand gripper route, if you were to just get these, I really think that this would be a pretty adequate way to train, right? Now, the most optimal though, for only $25 more, would be getting the hand gripper, right? So the hand gripper, I mean, it's pretty obvious here. You just close it and you try to make them touch. You ideally want to get one that everybody should start out with a guide if they're not sure. They have a lot of advice on there, and there's a lot of videos on these things. But so for me to utilize this, I have to utilize all my tension techniques. So I have to squeeze my butt. I have to squeeze my abs really hard. I have to pull my air low. I have to squeeze my non-working hand, and I got to power breathe. Right? So 3 is a very hard effort. I'm sweating, core temperature went up. That is strength training, right? So by me learning how to close my fist tighter, my grip strength is going up, right? Because I'm learning how to connect all these muscles together, how to get them to work, right? And then utilizing the power breathing and the ab contraction is a pretty adequate abdominal exercise as well. So if I had to pick one thing, if you did not want to strength train, you did not want to go to a gym, you didn't want to hire a coach, I would say buy a hand gripper. Absolutely. The hand gripper is going to be my #1 recommendation. And then if you stand on one foot, you're training fall prevention as well, right? Then we could talk about mobility and things like that. Sure, those things are important, but those are free. So as far as strength training goes, for $25, I would say this would be the best use of your money.